It's okay, man. He didn't get you. Look, your hands, your feet, everything's still there. Your nose.
That Mr. Johnson.
He's one scared cat, man.
He's wicked. Dude.
I heard.
The hair was just like standing up on top of my head.
Did you see his teeth?
I heard he eats kids.
I mean, he could have eaten you, Billy. He's mean. Did you hear him yelling at those kids last week?
Yeah, because they just walked across his grass.
I know. Every one of them went home crying.
I mean, it's not like he ever cuts it.
I know. And he's got that meal, dog.
With its loud chain.
So scary. Oh my gosh.
And he has that big wall built up of all the appliances, like washers and dryers.
Yeah. It's like just a big old wall to keep kids out. You know what? No wonder he's not married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too mean.
He's too mean. I bet ain't no woman ever have him. He's so mean.
And if he had any kids, dude, they'd run away.
There's no way he could have any kids.
If he eats kids, he'd eat his own.
Yeah.
Kids.
You saw he almost ate Elmer last week. Yeah. I mean, Elmer just made it out in the nick of time.
His dog's just as mean as he is.
Yeah. Do what?
What was Elmer even there for, dude? Everybody's afraid of the old man.
He threw his ball over.
Yeah, his ball went over in the yard. He had to get it.
What are y'all talking about?
Hey,
Mean old
Mama.
Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, you know him. You know he's mean, Mama.
Who's told you all that? He tried to chase us.
Yeah, he tried to chase us. He said, get out of here! Yeah, just like that.
Get off my
And his dog was trying to attack us.
And he said, I'll get you!
Did you see him?
Huh?
You saw him.
I mean, man? Huh? Oh, yes, ma'am?
I heard the dog barking.
Did you really see
I
him?
saw when he opened his mouth and I'm like, drool just went everywhere.
That was the dog.
He's so mean.
You sure you really saw him?
Well, I heard him.
Well, I mean,
I heard the dog in the chains.
I know how kids are liking to talk about him lately.
Yeah.
The thing is, y'all don't understand. He used to be one of the kindest old men that lived in this town. About 5 years ago, something happened, and I'm not quite sure what that was. But really, all he needs is Jesus.
yeah, I think if you got Jesus, he'd probably eat him too.
No, son, he would not.
I'd hate if he did something like that to Jesus. Then he'd be really mad.
Oh,
Worse than he is
man.
now, he's little kids. And you know that year,
Hold
like
it,
last
listen
year,
to you. I just told you he was a kind man and something happened in his life. And we don't know what that was.
Well, we know he don't, we know that he might have eaten his wife too because he's not married.
Stop making up stories. That's how stories get on about him. The whole town talks about him.
But
you
Elmer,
know, some stories are true.
Well, you just told me you saw him, but you really didn't see him.
wait a minute, my friend Elmer, he'd never tell a lie, would he?
Not Elmer.
But I didn't think y'all would
Straight as an
either.
arrow.
And you just told me you saw him.
Well,
You're just making that story
I
up.
said I heard the dog barking in his chains.
I saw in my imagination that he's a really mean man.
I saw his imagination too.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because I got a big imagination.
But how can you make up stories about somebody that you don't know anything about? And that's not very fair for him. And imagine he is angry because all of these kids go up and ring his doorbell and take off running and screaming and shouting ugly things at him all the time, just like y'all did today.
And throw egg.
You threw eggs in his house? I think we're going to have to do some cleaning of somebody's house now.
Joel.
Well, Mama, you know the other day when you made those cookies for me and Duke,
Yes,
and I tried to witness to him,
yes.
you know, I bet you maybe we ought to go over there to old man Mr. Johnson's house and tell him about Jesus.
I think you're right because that's really what he needs.
Well, I don't. Hold on. You might risk your life doing this. I don't know. I don't know if you should.
You won't risk your life.
You're right, I ain't
This is
risking
your
my life.
child. You're
Can't
gonna
we
let
just
him
see one of
go.
those-
Mr. Johnson is not a monster.
Can't we just leave him a track in the door?
Son,
You know, like I found one in the bathroom yesterday, the Longhorn.
what have you learned at church?
To leave tracks in the bathroom Longhorn.
To leave tracks in the bathroom Longhorns. And that's all you need to do. That's all we're supposed to do
Well-
as witnesses.
I just wish the lone clunker were here.
Why do you think he needs Jesus? Why do you think this Mr. Johnson needs Jesus? Because
He needs somebody to pray to before he eats them.
he also needs somebody to pray to that knows really loves him, because right now he's all by himself and he thinks nobody in this town cares for him. And he's right.
Well, I think you're right, Mom, but how do we know that he's not going to eat them?
He's not going to eat him. He's not dangerous. He's just lonely. He might be angry and he might be hateful, but he's lonely.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right now. And I'm going to witness to him and tell him about Jesus.
Now you need to think about that before you just go over there by yourself. I mean, take her with you.
Hey!
You two have a dentist appointment. We've got to go. We've got to go.
I'm going to go talk to him.
To go to Mr. Johnson.
Well, you need to stay here till I get home. You stay here till I get home, and we'll talk about this some more. I've got to run and get them to the dentist.
Oh, black stick, buddy horse.
It's the lone clunker.
You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Let's go, boy.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do this. I can go talk to Mr. Johnson. Tell him about Jesus. You know why? Because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Oh my God.
Wow, that was a...
Well, I had to leave your brother there. He was pitching such a fit. We needed to leave him and let the dentist take care of him.
Hey, where's Joshua?
Joshua was supposed to stay. Joshua, are you upstairs?
In the kitchen. Joshua!
I'll look outside. Joshua, are you in the backyard? We're in the... He was supposed to stay here until I got back so we could talk about this.
You don't think he would have moved Mr. Johnson's house to your mom?
Knowing Joshua, when he decides to do something, he does it.
He's probably getting his leg filled. Right?
He is not going to eat him. You've got to understand this man is not that bad.
Really? Here goes his arm.
I cannot believe you. I wish I knew how to hang things up.
Well, Joshua should have worn that over to Mr. Johnson's house to protect himself.
What's he going to protect himself from? What do you think is going to
I
happen?
found him! He was coming back from Mr. Johnson's house.
Joshua, didn't
What
I tell you to
happened?
stay here and wait on
Hey,
me?
Mom!
You still got all
You
your
still have an arm and a leg.
Yes.
Stop!
You won't believe what happened.
Well, come
Well, first of all, you did not obey your mama.
Mama, but the lone clunker came, and I saw him with my own eyes, and he told me,
Let me get the door.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
The
Yes,
lone
sir.
what?
The lone clunker, Mama. You know that cowboy in the sky? The lone clunker. Come on, Mama. We've been
You and
watching
your
this
little
TV.
stories. I am telling you.
But Mama,
Bunker like you saw Mr. Johnson.
Like Roy Rogers?
but no, guess what happened? I went over to see Mr. Johnson. Mama, he's the nicest man.
I said that.
Sis, he's so nice.
No way.
No, I'm not kidding. I mean, and I talked to him about Jesus.
What'd he say?
Hey,
He didn't admit it.
he didn't accept Jesus as a Savior, but you know what? He invited me over tomorrow, and he said I could bring y'all too.
No
and
way.
we talked some more about Jesus, and he said he'd make some cookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why don't you take some cookies to him?
That'd be great, Mom. Hey, you think I could ask him over for dinner one night?
We can do that.
But you know what? It's like, all you gotta do is try. And now, God's just opened his door. We're going to talk to him more about Jesus. You know, this is the greatest thing.
Because you planted a seed.
Yeah. And like, you know, he says, I promise he's not as mean as everybody says. I told him I'd like to introduce you to all the other neighborhood kids. and maybe they would think it's a lot nicer too.
Well, I'm real proud of you, Joshua. You did great work.
Well, thank you. And now, I'm gonna go to my room, and I'm gonna pray for Mr. Johnson.
What a wonderful thing to do. And I think I know some more that need to do some chores. What do you think?
Bye.
Chores.
See ya.
Your bedroom. I can't even open the door.
Well, then how do you expect us to get in there?
Well, you find a way.
Mom. Get your